All right, here's a brief update on where I stand on the Camaro. The dashboard is pretty much done. I spent way too much time on the heater box and on these Astro vents. This one is in. The rod fell off while I was putting it in, which worked out fine. I can get my hand back there. And honestly, when you put the grommets, they give you these, they come in black or they come in clear grommets to put in the holes for those levers to go through. It binds up the door lock knob. So I tried to bend the rod a little bit to make it cooperate, and it would not. So I ended up buying a few different bushings from McMaster Car. They're 1/2 inch OD and they're like 7/16 or 3/8 ID. So out of these three, the blue one ended up working perfectly. Naturally, they're blue. So I painted two of them. They're on the workbench drying. Once they're dry, I'll snap them in, put this thing together. That'll be that. I gotta put that Astro vent in next. That should be easy because there's nothing over there. This side, you got the headlight switch, all the wiring to contend with. That side should be very simple. So I'm almost done with all that crap. I actually ran the wire down the door jamb the other day for the power windows. It's stupid, but it's very exciting for me. I'm finally moving to somewhere that's not the dashboard. And this goes back here. I had to put a new end on the wire because it was broken off. So I've solder shrunk all that on. I got to drill a hole for a grommet for the wire for the motor to go through. There's no hole back here. It's supposed to be on the bottom here. I found this terrible picture online. It's blurry as hell. Looks like a picture of Bigfoot. It's so blurry. It's supposed to be a first-gen Camaro, but looking at it, I don't think it is. You know, the metal comes down. There's this recess. There's a slot for the window adjustment. There's the pinch weld. I mean, this looks like the pinch weld right here. And there's the slot for the adjustment. But looking at the picture and looking at my car, they're not quite the same. You know, there's a square plateau I don't have. If you look at the slot, this one goes, you know, it's like 1.5 inches down to the grommet. And mine, 1.5 inches down, will be in this beveled area below the grommet. You know, right here. So I think where it goes is actually a dimple right... What the hell is it? There's a dimple right here. If you can see it, yeah, right there is a dimple. Usually you do that when they want you to drill a hole for something or put a screw in for something. I'm thinking that's where that goes. I mean, all the thing has to do is go through the hole and lead to the motor. And that's it. And the motor goes way down the bottom. So I'm thinking that that dimple is the hole for the grommet. So that's where I'm going to drill it. And pray to God I don't fuck it up. But whatever. So anyway, that's where we are. The interior looks like absolute chaos, but it's gonna come together real quick. The steering column is all painted, ready to go in. I'm just gonna put the rag joint on it, swap the steering wheel over, and the hanging bracket. What else do I gotta do? The rally gauges, that's a separate video I'm working on. I'm rebuilding the rally gauge cluster. It's almost done. I'll hopefully have it done this weekend. And then once the gauges and column are in, the dash is pretty much done. I gotta reroute this oil line. I don't like how it's run. That's not the hole it goes through. The hole it goes through was up here behind the heater. Hopefully I can still get at it. There's the speedo hole. Oh fuck, where is the oil pressure line hole? I don't even know where it is anymore. I'll have to find it, but the hole for the oil pressure line is up there somewhere. That's where it's supposed to go. So I gotta get either the copper line or a plastic line through it. From what I read, plastic is what the line should be, but plastic can leak and break. So a lot of people go with copper, which is, you know, much more durable, but it's, you know, it's not as forgiving for bending and kinking and vibration. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I was really hoping to convert this gauge over to an AN fitting around like a number 3 braided line, but the gauge is a weird fitting. It's one guy online said it was metric, you know, metric 8 by 1 millimeter. It's not. Mine's 5/16 24. You can get a metric 8 on it, but you really gotta, you know, run it in hard. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna say it's 5/16 24, which is an oddball fitting. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I mean, the copper line was in it, it wasn't leaking, so I may just go back to that, but we'll see. So let me keep going and try to get this interior done as quick as I can and move on to the really hard stuff, like the windows and the top. I mean, the top should be easy. The windows are gonna suck, but we'll see. We're getting there. I did plug in the console gauges. They all work. The only problem I have with that is for some reason when you turn the key on, the gauge lights come on. Those should be wired to the parking light switch. When the parking lights go on, the console lights go on, like the dash lights. I checked the wiring schematic last night. There's supposed to be a gray wire that goes to the, yeah, right here. This is supposed to go to those gauges. I'm supposed to just plug this wire in, which I did. And for some reason, it's hot all the time. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Just, you know, gotta get there. So that's where I stand as of right now. Oh, I bet you it goes down there at lamps. You want to bet? I bet you I fucked that up. I'm looking at it. Because this one goes to accessory. That's accessory. Yeah, that's accessory. I bet you it goes down here. This one says lamps. Duh. It's probably my fault, but whatever. I'll figure it out. So, all right. That's it. Just a quick update to show you what I've been working on and how it's going. So, hope your projects are going super awesome, and I'll talk to you later.